Welcome back everybody to the Andy McKenzie Career Mode series. Andy's second season is now complete after a one-and-done playoff exit at the hands of the Buffalo Bills. Of course, he helped lead the Texans to a Super Bowl in his rookie season, but after this one and done, the journey back to the top starts again. So let's take a look at what the Texans have done here in the offseason. These are the free agent moves, and you can see Andy's new backup, it's Nick Foles. They also signed Jaron Kreiner, Darrell Young, Justin Pugh, that's a significant signing. They get Jaron Brown, Brandon Oliver, Andrew Corliss, James Starks sticks around. K'Wan Williams, that's a big boost to the defensive secondary. DeMarcus Ware on a one-year contract. And Luke Joeckel gets the biggest contract of them all, $40.6 million over 5 years. So it's clear they wanted to get Andy McKenzie some more protection up front. And there are a few retirements here, including wide receiver Malcolm Floyd, who signed a ridiculous contract with the Texans last year. But let's look at the big moves they made this year. Here is Luke Joeckel, good run blocking at 87, 95 impact block, that should help. And then Justin Pugh, 87 run and pass block with 86 impact block. But there was one name on the list there that didn't stick with the Texans, and that's Arian Foster, who's now in Tampa Bay. So who is Andy McKenzie's starting running back going to be? Well, we're going to find out. It's the NFL draft. Could they draft a rookie for him right now? 25th overall in the first round, the Houston Texans take a tight end. Fisher Roberts is their first selection. In the second, they end up going defense here and get a pass rusher. And then, in the third round, they attain another offensive lineman. I like the looks of this. There isn't a running back in the midst here, but there are a lot of offensive linemen, and they're getting Andy McKenzie some more help. And look at Roberts, 82 overall. What does that look like here? We're going to check out in a moment. But that tackle is also rated well, as was the center they took late. But Fisher Roberts, 6'6", 265 with speed, leaping ability. He's an athlete. The blocking is pretty much non-existent. You know what type of tight end he is. Very modern, inline tight end type of guy. And then Jordan Howell, the left tackle, really good for a third-round pick. Very strong. Run and pass block are low 80s. Impact block is workable. Perhaps one day he's playing alongside Andy McKenzie. But let's take a look at the preseason and see how this team looks entering McKenzie's third year. This is the first game against the Atlanta Falcons, and the man in the backfield there is James Starks. We've seen him before when Arian Foster has gotten hurt. Could he be the lead back? No, I was surprised they didn't go and get somebody else on the market or draft anybody. And there is a pass to the outside as McKenzie hooks up with Malcolm Riley, and he is now the number 2 wide receiver, which is super exciting because he'll be on the field even more. And he came on strong in the second half of last year, and there's a great play downfield in front of Jalen Collins. That's not normally where I expect him to win, but we forget sometimes, or at least I do, the guy's 6'1", decent sized. He's not just this small slot receiver, so I'm excited to see what he can do with more playing time this year. And there's a good carry by James Starks. With Pugh and Joeckel now starting, we're going to see hopefully some more running lanes opened up. And there's McKenzie to DeAndre Hopkins. Just McKenzie doing what he does. Get outside the pocket, make a ridiculous pass, working to his left, and let Hopkins make the catch. Hopefully he can stay healthy this year. He has not played all 16 in either of McKenzie's seasons. Here's a play fake later on. McKenzie going down the middle, and Kamal Ishmael takes it away. Just wanted to highlight a nice play by the Falcons as the tackle is eventually made. But just a little risky play there. You want to see what happens sometimes. Give guys a chance to make some plays. Let's get into game number 2 against the New Orleans Saints. And here is McKenzie in the shotgun, a 3-wide set. You see Jalen Strong is in the slot. And look at the blocking. This is somewhat promising as we see Starks getting 8 yards off tackle. Also keep in mind, Josh Hill is still the starting tight end, and there is Malcolm Riley. I wasn't so sure about his ability early last season when he kept dropping the football. The speed has always been undeniable, but he's really impressing lately, and there's another catch down the middle. From the slot or on the outside, there are formations where you can line up in either spot. It's going to give this offense a lot of options. And here's James Starks working to the outside and into the end zone. We all know the running game has not been a big benefactor to McKenzie in this offense, but hopefully it at least improves this year. Now here's 1st and 10 later. McKenzie trying to go deep for Fisher Roberts. He creates all that separation, but McKenzie leads him out of bounds. The deep ball is McKenzie's weakness. Look at him just run past Emmanuel Lemur. He wants to show what he can do, but McKenzie has to put the ball in the right spot. Here's a play later, another first down. McKenzie again trying to go deep, and that wasn't even close for Malcolm Riley. All this speed. Of course, we want to have a vertical aspect in this offense, but McKenzie needs to get better at his deep accuracy. So that's going to be one attribute to really focus on upgrading. Now here's 2nd and 10 from the 34, one play afterwards. McKenzie puts it up again, and DeAndre Hopkins goes up for the highlight of the preseason. He can just catch anything that's relatively close. Here's a second look at it versus Morgan Burnett. No problem. I watched this replay I don't know how many times. Partially because I wanted to get you guys good angles of everything here. But I was in awe by that play. That's only half the preseason though. Now against the New England Patriots. Again at home, McKenzie back to work. 1st and 10, and the pressure gets there as Jamie Collins is able to get the pressure against Luke Joeckel, who's playing right tackle. So 3rd and 10, a couple plays later, and McKenzie down the middle, but incomplete for Jalen Strong. It feels like it's been so long since Strong has been a big part of this offense. Riley really took over last year, and of course Hopkins is always going to get his catches as long as he's in the lineup. But we'll see if Strong can help complement the offense more this year, and if things come together a little bit more completely in the receiving core, and there is a catch by Jalen Strong. Here's the last play I wanted to show against New England. They get the pressure here. McKenzie gets hit, puts it up for Strong, who gets flipped, and the pass is ultimately intercepted. Another really nice play by the defense. That was Patrick Chung on the pick. I just wanted to see what Jalen Strong could do. Now let's go to game number 4, the final preseason game against the Chicago Bears. Just trying to get ready for week 1 against the Tennessee Titans, and Jalen Strong wasn't ready for that one. Nearly gets picked off. He had a second chance at it, couldn't make the catch. We need to see a lot more from this guy. And now off balance, we get Josh Hill back in the action. He led the team in receptions last year and was a really big part of the offense. Later at the 45, on the outside, that's hauled in by Malcolm Riley, showing he can do a variety of different things, run a variety of different routes. Later on the drive, 3rd and 8, back to Riley down the middle, and the Texans get inside the 10. It goes without saying this was a great preseason for Malcolm Riley, and it didn't take a bunch of deep passes utilizing his speed for him to make plays. And it all gets capped off with an Andy McKenzie touchdown pass to Josh Hill. The hit came in here late and there was no flag, by the way. There it is, but it's alright. McKenzie gets back up celebrating his touchdown, and that is it for the preseason. I thought these games went well. The offensive line did seem to be improved, especially in the run blocking. Riley and Hopkins made a bunch of plays. We saw Fisher Roberts is really fast, which was no surprise. And I'm excited to get Andy McKenzie's 3rd season underway. Here are all the stats from the preseason, and we see Brandon Oliver did a really good job. McKenzie didn't get to play with him, but he was the 2nd back on the depth chart, and he did well, looks like, with the backups. Then you see Jerron Kreiner was productive. Fisher Roberts had 11 grabs, none with Andy McKenzie. But with him as the 2nd tight end, you're definitely going to see some twin tight end looks and some opportunities for hopefully Fisher to beat the defense vertically. Then you have Malcolm Riley in the mix. It could be a fun year. Here are the players who were cut during the preseason. No major releases among them. And currently it says James Starks is the starting running back on the depth chart. Brandon Oliver is 1 overall higher. We'll see how this shakes out. At receiver, you have DeAndre Hopkins and Malcolm Riley, and we'll see if any of those lower receivers, Jerron Brown or Jerron Kreiner, can challenge Jalen Strong for that number 3 receiver spot. Josh Hill will still start. Fisher Roberts is right behind him. Andrew Corliss is 3rd. And on the offensive line, it does look a lot better. Dwayne Brown playing left tackle. Justin Pugh now at left guard. Center is the weakest spot with Justin Gonzalez, the 2nd-year player. At right guard, Brandon Brooks will receive the franchise tag, and at right tackle, of course, Luke Joeckel. And the backups don't seem that bad either. So what do you guys think Andy McKenzie can do in his 3rd season? Can he get the interceptions under control? Can the offense have their best year of the series? I want to know what you guys think down below in the comments section. But week 1, and probably another game or two, are going to be in the next episode. As we open up McKenzie's third season, it all begins with Andy McKenzie and the Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans. That will wrap up today's episode. Come back to my channel on Saturday for the next episode of the Andy McKenzie Career Mode series. And check out my other series if you haven't, the Jaguars franchise, which will be posted again tomorrow, and the Desmond Payne Road to the Show, which will be on Friday. But thank you again for watching. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.